and he was the Washington State champion back in 2014. So more of an old player here, the old guard, looking like he's coming back for some new achievements to add to this belt. And again, with Miraidon EX, anything seems possible. Very powerful and explosive decks. Both these decks are known for their for their speed and explosive power, but only one person can make it to top 4.
Only one indeed, and we're about to see who can make it. Definitely tell us in the chat who you're rooting for, which deck, which player, how you think this match is going to shake out. But for us right now, Wancho, let's take a look at these prize cards, and I gotta say, ooh, this is already looking very rough here on Collin's side. Rough indeed here for Collin. A lot of energy in the prizes. Most importantly, that Fusion Strike energy, just because that is one way to play around this Spiritomb. There's double Muse in the prizes as well, but I believe there is a Hisuian Heavy Ball in his list, so technically there's only one in that case. Yeah, for Nathan's prizes, Luminion could be something. An early Luminion could always bail you out of some tough spots, but that's okay. There's another support Pokemon in the deck as well. The EXP share could be important once you get knocked out a little bit early. You want to conserve those energies to be able to knock out something big like the Mew VMAX. The Forest Sealstone is prize as well, which is big. You only play one of those. So a little bit of an awkward prizes for these players, but I'm sure with their talent and experience with the deck, they're going to be playing around that. As we have the fist bump, but we're getting into our Masters top 8. Get hyped, get hyped. I am for this match. Let's kick things off, Wancho. And as you said, these are two decks that are known for their absolutely explosive starts. They're quick to get into their strategies. They hit hard, they hit fast, and I think it's going to be, hopefully, one of those games for us, Wancho. Look, unfortunately, having to start with a Cramomatic on one of your precious power tablets is a little bit rough. It feels a little bit better. It did hit heads. If it was tails, that would be a lot more rough, that is for sure. But yes, Cramomatic is going to start us off in a very exciting way, hitting heads here, at least allowing Collin to search out a card from the deck. Of course, going to be that Battle VIP pass that's going to allow Collin to get these Pokemon out onto the field. These Pokemon are essential for Collin to be able to draw into more cards and carry out these attacks in the future. Yes, take a good look, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably one of the last times you'll be able to see something like the Battle VIP pass and this Fusion Strike package, because again, these are cards we are losing to This is the last time you're going to see Mew VMAX, really. This deck in general. But, you know, if Collin can make it to the finals, that's one more stream. Yes, that's true. That is true. Could happen again. So far, it's looking good, opening up with the Battle VIP pass. And the Ultra Ball goal is to thin out the hand, get set up, get those Fusion Strike energies possibly attached. Because, again, you're going to lose your draw if Collin should just be expecting the Spiritomb. A lot of the Miraidon lists do play that card now just to anti-Mew, anti-Roaring Moon. So it's something Collin should be expecting. That's why he's aggressively discarding his hand here. Yes, you're losing power tablets, but the opponent has 200 HP, 220, 230. Not reachable numbers. Yes, exactly. The Ultra Ball is going to lose another power tablet here, as well as a Lost Vacuum. But yeah, as you said, Wancho, workable for Collin Merli-Matthews. And if I'm going to trust anyone to be playing Mew and playing the strategy well, it's going to be Collin, because as we said, all of those achievements that you saw were with Mew VMAX. Taking it for one last ride here in Vancouver, and we'll see how that shakes up for him. Mew V going to join us in the active position here as we start to get into some card draw with these Fusion Strike systems on these Genesect V. We're seeing an energy come down as well. One of those Fusion Energy, of course, 2 are still in the prize cards there for Collin. Forest Sealstone has been attached onto the field, onto one of those Genesect V as well. Yes, and this is what Mew does well. It looked like a little bit of an awkward start, having to try and flip for those Battle VIP passes, but all it takes is one coin flip, one head, one Battle VIP pass to really get set up. And as you can see here, it was a Fusion Strike system into something usable, a Battle VIP, Fusion Strike system into the energy that we sorely needed attached, and then Fusion Strike system into a Battle VIP pass. Yeah. And yeah, again, it's just shows how important that ability is and how powerful it really is, as we are also getting the block slider ice cube to potentially target down something like the Spiritomb, and the early path of the peak is
is great.
Yeah,
Shutting off something like the
P.
Squawkabilly and Miraidon for the next turn.
Exactly, and those are huge cards in a Miraidon EX deck. So we're going to have to see what Nathan chooses to do going from here. But starting off this first turn over on the right side of our field here for Nathan Beck, we have the Town Store coming into play, as well as a Nest Ball coming out. So we're going into the deck here. Nathan's going to take a quick look at everything that's in there, what could potentially be in the prize cards as well, just keeping track of these resources.
Yes, the Town Store is a great card just because Town Store leads into Forest Seal Stone, which leads into pretty much anything to deck.
And it bumps the path.
Exactly. However, the Forest Seal Stone is prized.
Oh, true.
And
that's true.
A little bit less powerful there. The best thing the Town Store can grab, I believe, is an EXP share, which isn't bad to have, but not the best. Because, again, we don't know what we're working with in this turn. Ideally, maybe Nathan would like to get a turn 1 attack, maybe even with that Iron Hands EX on the Ice Cube to try and get 2 prizes. And with 230 HP and a couple of power tablets down, could be a little bit tough to knock out.
A little bit tough indeed. We're seeing our first electric generator after a couple things happened here. That Miraidon EX came down with the Nest Ball, of course, using its tandem unit ability to search out those other 2 electric Pokemon onto the field here in the Mareep and the Iron Hands EX. That's going to get one of those lightning energy attached to it as well from that electric generator. So Nathan is rocking and rolling here with the Miraidon EX. Let's talk this matchup though, Juancho. As we've discussed, these are 2 very fast, heavy-hitting decks. What is Nathan's strategy, and how do you get that edge on Mew VMAX in this matchup?
You put on the pressure early. Nathan was able to go second, so that means he has the first attack in the game, potentially. And by just going for an early 2-2-2, potentially, that definitely wins you the game. But it is a little bit tough to take a knockout on something like the Mew VMAX. So, yeah, so definitely trying to get early knockouts is the name of the game here. And with that research, refreshing the hand, it definitely is possible. But because of the Town Store, or sorry, the Forest Seal Stone prize, it's a little bit tough to find something like the 1-of Double Turbo Energy. And it's a little bit tougher to attack with that Iron Hand. So just accepting that attach for turn and possibly trying to get another electric generator might be the go here.
Yeah, and this says a lot when you're playing into the Town Store, looking for a tool card here, and then coming up a little short. That's not great as for Nathan not being able to get that Forest Seal Stone, at least for this turn, but still gets that XP share there to be able to put on the Miraidon EX, but that is a little bit lackluster compared to how it could have been here for Nathan.
Real quick, though, interestingly enough, there was the electric generator in hand, but I believe he opted not to play it. I think what was lacking was the switch card to get the Raichu out of the active even. And even then, there is no clear attack into the Mew EX, right?
There's nothing there.
Iron Hands cannot take a knockout on the Mew V, excuse me.
Yes.
No clear attack here, and Collin making full use of the Town Store themselves. Getting the Choice Belt is a great play, just because it is a damage modifier that doesn't technically go away. And they definitely need it for that Raichu V.
All right, well, here we go. We're going to see this Alessa's Sparkle here. You have to target down your Pokemon that you're going to be attaching these Fusion Strike Energy to. Only able to target down that Genesect V because the Fusion Strike Energies are just not there.
Wait, boo. Do I see double Fusion Strike Energy on that Genesect? Are we going to see an all-natural Technoblast?
What?
Sometimes you don't need to copy the attack.
I mean,
Genesect can attack themselves.
Yeah, that's true. I have seen it before. This wouldn't be the first time. It is quite rare because usually you are trying to copy those moves with the Mew VMAX. But I guess, yeah, Genesect can start swinging if they want to themselves.
I mean, if it makes good use of the Fusion Strike Energy, not only does it protect you from the Spiritomb, at least one of them, getting an attack off, 210 Technoblast, not too bad either. And that is one way to mitigate the damage as well. You're not depending on those double turbo energies, so you're getting the full 210. But right now, Mew VMAX in the active with the Choice Belt is just enough to take the knockout on something like the Raichu. I believe the only thing missing is a double turbo. I didn't quite see in the hand.
Oh, it's on the hand? What?
I didn't quite see it. I could have missed it. And there's still draws.
I was about to say, we could still draw into it, so we'll see what Collin is able to do for this turn. But the Mew VMAX is here. We have the Choice Belt down. Alessa's Sparkle has been played for the turn as well for a supporter. We're going to have a switch into this Mew V, into the active, as we get into some of this draw here. What do we see in Wancho?
Fusion Strike System, Forest Seal Stone, Escape Ropes, nothing good. I believe it's Fusion Strike System for 1!
Oh, just a nest ball here for Collin.
Oh, a little bit of a whiff there. And unfortunately, sometimes depending on those draws, not too strong, for sure.
Yeah, that is definitely not what you want to see. Had to use that switch cart and then also the retreat there back into the ice queue. We're back over to Nathan's side now. So even though it was a little bit of a lack of momentum on the first turn, we're now here into this turn for Nathan. And we're kicking it off with another electric generator. Going to find us 1 lightning energy here to attack or attach onto this Iron Hands EX on the bench.
Yes. And that Iron Hands EX should be ready to attack with at least Arm Press, 160 damage. Should be enough to knock out at least the Ice Cube. But again, we want to take those multiple extra prizes.
Yes.
Something Nathan could do as well. I don't know if the second EXP share was prized, but that would be great to get with that Town Store, essentially for free. And a great way to conserve those energies as Pokemon Catcher is played.
Ooh, it's going to be a Tails this time around. So Nathan not able to gust there, but that's going to the discard pile. We're going to have the energy attachment onto that Raichu V in the active. So it does have a pivot option out.
Restart for 1 is a little bit lackluster as well. Is there anything that can be played? No. It's going to be an Arm Press here for 160 damage.
So it is going to take out that Ice Cube, of course, wiping it off the field here. So at least that's 1 Pokemon down. Is going to just be 1 prize card, so does make the prize trade a little bit awkward here for Nathan. But now we're over to Collin's side. Maybe Collin has a chance this time around to hopefully streamline some cards here and get rolling, because this is not the usual Mew VMAX I have known and come to love here, Wancho.
Yes, we were talking about big, explosive turns, and so far we've seen Arm Press onto an Ice Cube. Not quite the best.
A little bit slower.
A little bit slower, indeed.
Hey, anything can happen in the Pokemon TCG. Sometimes things just don't go the way that you expect them to.
100%. But this could be a big turn here for Collin, as, again, benches another Genesect. It's going to be a lot of draws. No Spiritomb in sight just yet. We're looking for, well, hey, yeah, energy. That's one of them.
That's one thing.
And 2 damage modifiers. I know we're down a couple.
We are, yes.
So they need exactly 2 power tablets here to take a knockout on something like the Iron Hands and essentially get rid of the only attacking threat, or just take a boss's orders.
We go
Easy
around.
2 prizes.
We go around here. Yeah, I think it may have just been too big of an ask with the hand being so full. I mean, now we're seeing a Cramomatic on a Battle VIP pass. Is it a heads? It is. We are going to have that heads be able to search out a card here for Collin, but still could just establish the board here, see what's happening. It's going to be a Lost Vacuum here.
I like the Lost Vacuum here just to remove something like the EXP share to prevent more energies getting saved. But then I know there's no Path to the Peak in the Miraidon list, just to be safe. I was just checking. But yeah, that seems like a pretty good target. Good way to thin down the hand as well.
Yep.
So not too bad there.
Yeah, fantastic thinning card. Of course, if you're going to use it, you have to Lost Zone one of your own cards, then Lost Zone one of your opponents, either stadiums or tool cards. So it's a great way to use some cards in your hand to be able to draw a little bit more. But it's going to be a Path to the Peak coming into play here from Collin's side of the field. We do have the Choice Belt on this active Mew VMAX. We're copying this move here to be able to take a knockout on that Raichu V for 2 prize cards.
Yes, and what a great play here by Collin, identifying that Nathan's hand was a little bit weaker, so maybe preventing a restart draw. Yes. Right? So at this point, I'm playing Path of the Peak to stop your draw, but luckily there is a stadium bump there. So that's why they did grab the Lost Vacuum just for the follow-up turn.
Yeah.
But seems good still either way to be able to now remove the tool. Ultra Ball is played. The grab might be Marie because we do see a couple of lightning energies in the discard pile. And sure enough.
You mean the Flaffy, right?
Sorry, the Flaffy, the bigger sheep.
The Flaffy, yes, the bigger sheep indeed. Going to be a very missed card here. Flaffy coming into play to help sustain this deck and accelerate energies.
This is actually the perfect time to take a screenshot, ladies and gentlemen, of things that we could be losing. I mean, we are losing in rotation. All the Mew VMAXs, the Genesect, that Flaffy there. Just capture it 2024, right before rotation.
We will miss you dearly. Zapdos going to come down into play here for Nathan, as well as this Peony.
Getting the escape rope there just because we cannot deal with the Mew VMAX is a great play, in my opinion. I'm curious what Collin is going to opt to promote. Well, it depends on if this electric generator does hit, because then powering up a Miraidon EX to take a knockout on pretty much anything on the back seems like, hey, you know what? I'm going to copy your play. I can't knock out the active. Let's get something in the bench.
Ooh, this is what you like to see. Electric generator is going to hit 2 energy here for Nathan. Going to decide where to put it on these bench Pokemon here.
It's going to be on that other Miraidon EX, the one without the EXP share, because I feel like the other one with the EXP share is just going to sit there and eventually get powered up by its fallen brethren.
At some points, an energy will accumulate there, unless a lost vacuum happens. That could be a potential there. But yes, Nathan just aligning this board state with more energies, more potential attackers to close out this game in the future. We're going to see an escape rope here, promoting the Genesect V from Collin's side, as well as this Miraidon EX from Nathan.
Big knockout here from Nathan. So now they are essentially a Mew VMAX attack away from winning the knockout away from winning this match. But again, Collin playing this absolutely perfectly, leaving the double power tablets in hand. They saved it in their hand, did not target down the Iron Hands EX, so they should be able to take a knockout on something like this Miraidon, followed by either a boss knockout on a Mew EX or even a knockout on the Miraidon. Second Miraidon.
Yeah.
Box of Disaster, not sure how useful that is going to be in this matchup right now, in this specific moment, just because if you put it on the Mew VMAX, well, if the Mew VMAX goes down, you already lost the game.
Yeah.
But you could put it on a Genesect, for example, so if an escape rope does happen, you could promote it and essentially get free damage on the board, or at least we're thinning it out.
You know what else you could do, Wancho? You can Lost Vacuum it. Hey, Lost Vacuum gonna take that card into the Lost Zone, as well as that EXP share as well. So it was there, now it's not. Miraidon EX has lost the cute hat. Yes. Iono going to be played. We're going to have some hand disruption here for both of our players, but Collin, on the other hand, is able to draw into a lot of cards.
I wouldn't call it disruption for Collin.
I know, right? It really is not. Yeah, it's just a nice, fresh new hands there. But at least a little bit of disruption here for Nathan. Only going to be able to draw into 3 cards, as many as prize cards are remaining off that Iono. And we're going to see a lot more draw here from Collin into a pal pad now. Going to be able to shuffle a couple of supporters here back into the deck. It's just going to be that single boss's orders going back in. You want the cards that are essential to close this game out. So you don't want to overflow your deck with things that you don't need. You want to make sure you can secure your final resources in these moments toward the end of the game. We also have an active power tablet here for this turn.
Yeah, so this is going to be a knockout on the Miraidon EX. And yes, like you said, all we need is that boss's orders to essentially close things out. I believe it's going to be just a Technoblast knockout on that Miraidon EX. Collin Merli-Matthews goes down to 2 Fusion Strike energy of all things. But Raichu hits the board with that Flaffy.
Oh my gosh, Raichu hitting the board, all of these energy being charged up here, and that's gonna be it, Swancho.
That's a knockout there with the Raichu, and Nathan Beck takes this first game in top 8 of the Vancouver Regional Championships. Absolutely huge. That was a natural draw of the Raichu.
No way. Are you serious?
Collin did play that path to the peak to try and prevent the Miraidon EX ability that essentially gets the Raichu. But again, that's why conserving those energies was so big. The EXP share definitely did some work. The Flaffy did some work. The entire deck definitely work together.
Yeah, this was quick indeed. We're taking a quick look at these replays. So we saw this Raichu, this first Raichu V go down earlier in this match, and that's how Collin took a couple of prize cards here. It was going back and forth between our players. We saw the Path to the Peak come into play here. We're going to see the Techno Blast taking out this Miraidon, but Nathan Beck only needs a little bit more here to close things out. And look at that!
It was the top deck of the Raichu!
Top deck, Wancho. Raichu for the top deck, accelerating all of these energy here to be able to take this win. Wow.
Absolutely huge. Again, huge congratulations to Nathan. But there's still potentially two more matches, or just one more match in this top 8. Again, technically, Mew VMAX should be favored in this matchup.
Yeah, but I think Raichu fans out there are hyped right now. Get hyped if you like Raichu, because came out of the woodwork there. That's what it's known for in this deck. Taking those huge knockouts with all of those energy on board at the end of the game. Sometimes it's earlier, but yeah, all of those energy being accelerated, I mean, it's unstoppable sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's as simple as 1, 2, 3, and that's exactly what Nathan was able to do.
Yes.
1 prize from the Ice Cube, 2 prizes from, I believe it was a Genesect V, and then 3 with the Mew VMAX.
Incredible. I love how that could have gone either way though, Wancho. I mean, I really was thinking that Mew was going to take this down here, but yeah, that came out of nowhere here for Nathan. Both of these players seem to be very skilled in their decks, but you also have to think they have played an entire day 1, all 9 rounds in day 1, into day 2, up to this point. I'm sure they are exhausted right now, and they're still staying laser focused here in this top 8 match, because this is what they need to win to get to top 4 and potentially be the winner of Vancouver Regionals. It's all coming down to this, and we're going to a game 2 between these players. Wancho, where are you thinking this is gonna go from here?
I still believe in the game 3. I believe in the Mew VMAX.
I
want to see it at least one more time on stream,
I believe. I thought that was 2 Fusion Strike energies again.
Oh, it was 2 Fusion Strike, and you spoke it into existence.
Collin, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. Collin was able to make just the 2 Fusion Strike energy work the last game. Heavy Ball prize, Ultra Ball, nothing too big there. As, again, important card. We didn't even see.
Oh my gosh.
No.
You hear the crowd here. You see the defeat on Collin's face. It's just going to be a Mew V, a Path to the Peak, pass over to Nathan, who's now has a turn, a second turn, but first turn here to just run away with potentially.
Boo.
Yes.
All it's going to take here is this Ultra Ball finds... Right now, Nathan doesn't really have too much to work with. That Path to the Peak actually helped out so much. We see the Luminion, but this Ultra Ball could find something like the Miraidon.
But...
And then there's only 1 electric generator. If he finds 2 energy, he does have the double turbo to be able to attack and end this match. Can that happen?
Oh my gosh. My heart is pumping right now, Wancho. I'm on the edge of my seat here. This is the type of Pokemon TCG I love to watch. This is why I love to cast games as well, because it comes down to these moments where everything can just be lost in a second here for Collin, but mean everything to Nathan, potentially taking a 2-0 here in our Masters top 8. We're going to have to see if Nathan is able to pull it off here, potentially. Miraidon EX, of course, on the board now. Here's the electric generator.
1, 2, no! What a big play! Getting the double generator, and one of the fastest matches we've seen.
Nathan Beck is going to take it down in 1 single turn, winning our Masters Top 8 featured match here on stream with Miraidon EX. I cannot believe my eyes, Wancho.
Talk about explosive. Nothing gets more explosive than that. Turn 1 knockout is securing a top 4 spot.
I'm feeling the electricity here, Wancho. Woo! That is incredible. I mean, first we see the Raichu take things home in game 1. We're expecting to see, hopefully, a nice, good back and forth, and Collin just had nothing. Absolutely heartbreaking here, and you can see it on Collin's face, too.
He did his best.
Did so well throughout this entire tournament, but I'll tell you what, Collin Merli-Matthews, you have done fantastic for all the Mew VMAX lovers out there. And I just appreciate your gameplay, and you definitely carried Mew VMAX's name through this entire format.
Definitely, you are the final Mew VMAX king. Wear that beanie as a crown,
yes!
my friend. And yeah,
Love
definitely
it.
proud making it to top 8, sending it off.
But it's
to
going to be Nathan Beck here who's going to take the future into our top 4 matches. Next up with Maridon EX. I got to say, I'm really surprised by this whole entire thing here, Wancho. I can't believe that's how it ended.
Sometimes, again, all it takes, this is what the deck is known for, getting all those energies in play.
Yes.
Be it early in the game, be it late in the game with those flaffies. And again, here, the deciding factor. Mew, path, pass. And now we pray. But again, Electric Generator, that's exactly what the deck is known for, getting that double attachment. And the double turbo energy just enough to take this knockout.
Yeah, when you're a Maridon EX player, this is exactly what you want to see. That Electric Generator was everything there. Sometimes they whiff and they get you nothing, and sometimes they hit 2 electric energy and they get you into top 4. So definitely huge to see for all of our Maridon players out there. Of course, we have 2 in our top 8 here, and Nathan Beck is going to be taking 1 into our top 4. That is so exciting, and I gotta say, Wancho, it was one of my picks for the weekend. So.
It was double my pick. I was all in on Mew VMAX,
yeah,
I believed.
True.
And Collin, Merli-Matthews, he was my captain. I was
Yes.
following his story the entire tournament. Team always at that table 1, playing absolutely perfectly. And you know what, Merli, I'm just gonna talk to you one-on-one right now. You did not disappoint. You know, you are still, you definitely the Mew VMAX king today.
Yeah, exactly, Wancho. It's like you said, Collin Merli-Matthews sending Mew VMAX off into the sunset. Fantastic match there. I mean, that's what I live to see here, Wancho, in our Pokemon TCG matches. It's stuff that comes down to that. Sometimes we have those super grindy matches that take a very long time and they're super intricate, and sometimes you just have a little bit of luck on your side and you have an explosive game like that. And yeah, I'm like shocked, but I'm not surprised that happened. I mean, we kind of predicted that something like that did have the potential to happen with either of these decks.
100. It could have gone either way.
Yes, it could have.
It could have been Collin getting a turn 1 Meloetta knockout, potentially, right? So definitely the possibilities were high for both these players. And can you believe it, Boo? That was the last time we're ever going to see Mew VMAX in the standard format, in the stream. You never know what you've had until you've lost it. That was the last time we were going to say Techno Blast on the stream with Mew VMAX. Last time we were going to say draw with the Fusion Strike system, battle VIP. Oh, we have a couple more games. We have a couple more matches on more decks. Use battle VIP passes. But Mew VMAX.
Yes, the legacy is real indeed.